morning and welcome to Waking Up with Brittany. We are going to be doing a 15-minute invigorating slow flow to wake up the body. So we're going to be doing some more sun salutations and a standing movement with breath. So we will begin in a child's pose this morning. So go ahead and find your way onto your hands and your knees. And then we're bringing the big toes together to touch, knees open up so they're about mat width wide apart. Sit your hips down towards your heels and begin to walk your arms out, letting the forehead come down towards the mat. And if at any point this is too intense for you, feel free to walk your hands in closer. You can come down onto the forearms. You can also take any props and slide it underneath your bum and your hips if the hips feel really tight here. So we're just gonna take a few cleansing breaths here. With your next inhale, breathe in through the nose. Direct the breath all the way down to the bottom of the belly. And as you exhale, sigh out your mouth. Inhale. And then exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Take one more like that. In. Release. And with your next inhale, begin to rise yourself up onto your hands and your knees. Knees will come underneath your hips and hands are under the shoulders. Make sure and spread your fingers nice and wide and then take a little grip with the pads of the fingertips. Think about pressing the mat away, but don't lock your elbows. Keep this micro bend here. With an inhale, let the belly fall, the chest falls, the gaze lifts up. And exhale, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, round the spine up to the ceiling. Inhale, let the belly fall, feel the collarbones widen. Strong exhale, release. And take a few more of these traditional cat-cows. Maybe you close your eyes and start to tune into where you feel this in your body the most. Don't be afraid to let the breath become even more audible here as well. We're stimulating the nervous system and waking the body up so that we can have an effective and fulfilling day. Let's take one more cat-cow. Good. And returning back into your neutral spine, adding on from here. Inhale, let the belly fall, take the gaze up. Exhale, tuck your chin, round up into cow, or into cat rather, and then sit your hips back to your heels. With an inhale, pull through the heels of your hands, come back into neutral, and then cow. Exhale, tuck and round, and then sit the hips back down to the heels. Take a few more like this. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. And last one. Inhale. Exhale. With your next inhale, let's return back into your neutral position. You're going to step your left foot off the edge of your mat. If you're running short on space, instead turn to face the long edge of your mat. And again, step that left foot off the edge, right hand under your shoulder. Let's inhale, reach the left arm up, open up into your chest. And exhale, thread the arm under the right. Take the gaze with it. Inhale, open, breathe into that chest space. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Bring the left hand and the left knee back down onto the mat. And then we'll switch sides. Step your right foot off the edge of the mat. Press down through the pinky toe side of the foot. Left hand under your shoulder. Fingers are spread wide. Inhale, reach that right arm up. Open up. Exhale to thread. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Then bringing the right hand and right knee back down onto your mat. If you spun to face the long edge of your mat, come back to face the top. Spread your fingers nice and wide here once again. Tuck the toes. Let's just draw some little circles around the wrists here. So stay rooted and grounded down into the pads of your fingertips and the heels of your hands. Soft bend stays into your elbows here, warming up into the wrists. And then let's take these circles the other way. 2 more. Last one. Perfect. Toes are still tucked. Let's walk your hands back. Come to sit down onto your heels here. Rest the hands onto the thighs. Inhale, roll the shoulders up, and exhale, release them down. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. And then extend your arms out in front, palms face one another. Make some soft fists, keep your thumbs out on top. Take an inhale in. Exhale, turn your knuckles in. Breathe into the backs of your wrists and the backs of your hands. Inhale, open, spread your fingers wide. Exhale, soft fist, turn in. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Good. Your toes might be feeling it. Let's just go ahead and shake your wrists out here. Soften your jaw. Then come back down onto your hands and your knees. Give the toes a little wiggle. Maybe pat the tops of the feet on the mat. Feel that cool fresh blood come back into the feet. Adding on here, tuck the toes. Let's inhale, let your belly fall. Take the gaze up to the ceiling. This time as you exhale and tuck in, slide your hips back, lift your knees, and come into your downward dog. With your inhale, come back onto hands and knees. Let the chest and the belly move. Exhale, round. Sit the hips back, lift the knees, and straighten the legs as much as you can. Inhale, come back into your tabletop and then into your cow shape. Exhale, move into cat and then back into your downward dog. Take 1 more like this. Inhale onto your hands and your knees. Belly falls, gaze up. Exhale, round, and meeting in this downward dog. Now feel free to come back onto your hands and your knees to adjust as needed. We want to make sure that the heels of your hands are rooted into the mat. Take some internal rotation of your arms here, and as generous of a bend into your knees as you need to. Take 1 more strong inhale. Exhale, side out. Gaze up to the hands and start to walk your feet up to your hands. And we'll meet towards the top edge of the mat in a standing forward fold. Keep this soft bend into your knees. Let your arms, head, and neck dangle. Shake your head no. Nod your head yes. Then grab onto opposite elbows here and start a little sway from left to right. Soften the jaw. Stay connected to your breath. 1 more inhale. Exhale. Come back into center. Release your arms down. Let's inhale, lift up halfway into a flat back. Hands to shins, knees, or thighs. Soft bend stays in the knees. Roll your shoulders back, strong core. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up halfway, come back into that flat back, activate into your upper back, widen across the collarbones, and exhale, release. 1 more like this, inhale, and exhale. With your next inhale, press through your feet, reach your arms up and overhead, and exhale, hands come down to the heart. Inhale, let's circle the arms. Exhale, palms together, hinge and fold over the legs. Inhale, lift up halfway, flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, press through your feet, reach your arms up and overhead, take the gaze to the hands, and exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, palms touch, hinge and fold over the legs. Inhale, brings you back into your halfway lift. Exhale, fold. One more cycle like that. Inhale, press through your feet, arms reach up. And exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, let's hinge and fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, release. Inhale, press through your feet, reach your arms up and overhead. And exhale, hands to the heart. From here, take your arms out in front of you, palms face the mat, plug your arm bones back into your shoulder sockets, shift your weight back into your heels and start to slide down into an imaginary chair. So we're keeping our weight rolled back to the heels, arms are strong, core is strong. Take one more strong inhale. With your exhale, hinge and fold over the legs. Inhale, lift up halfway, flat back. Exhale, release. Bend your knees as much as you need to get your hands onto the mat, and then step your feet back into your high plank. Then coming straight into supported plank, knees come onto the mat, tops of feet on the mat. Press the mat away, strong arms. Take a little lift of your tailbone up. And with your exhale, bend at your elbows, keeping them close to your side body as you lower to the mat. Now hands are under your shoulders. Press the tops of the feet into the mat so the kneecaps lift here. That activates into your glutes and your inner thighs. With your next inhale, let's start to peel your chest up, roll your shoulders back, and imagine you're pulling the heels of your hands back to your hips. And then exhale, soften and release. Before we do that again, I want you to check in. Did you feel any compression or tension or pain in your lower back? If you did, you went too far, too high, and we're gonna dial it back. So starting with the foundation, press the tops of the feet into the mat. Keep them pressing there. Activate into your glutes and your inner thighs. Inhale, start to lift your chest. Roll your shoulders back. Maybe add on that pull of the heels of the hands back. And then exhale, release. One more like this. Inhale, lift your chest. Stay active in the legs. Exhale, release. Inhale, come back up onto your hands and your knees. Then let's tuck the toes. Slide your hips back towards your heels. Arms are long. Press through the heels of your hands. Start to lift your knees and straighten the legs as much as you can. Paddle into your heels. It's not about getting the legs straight or the heels to the mat. We're still warming up into the backs of the legs here, so move slow and with control. If at any time downward dog doesn't serve you, come into a tabletop and take some cat-cows instead. Take one more breath. And then gaze up to the hands. Walk or step your feet up to the top of your mat. Let's inhale, lift up halfway into your flat back. Shrug the shoulders back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press through your feet. Reach your arms up and overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart and slide back into that chair pose here now. So we're rolling our way back to the heels, strong into your core. Hands can stay here at the heart, or you can take your arms into a cactus shape. So their arms are bent at a 90-degree angle, and if the arms come here, think about squeezing your shoulder blades together, broadening across the chest, feeling your lats start to fire on here as well. Maybe you can sink a little bit deeper, reach the tailbone back. Take one more inhale. With your exhale, release and fold over the legs. Inhale, lift up halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bring the hands to rest onto the mat. Step your feet back into your high plank. So spread your fingers wide, press the mat away. Take an inhale in. And with your exhale, send your chest back to your thighs, downward dog. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Stay grounded into the heels of your hands. Soften the shoulders. Internally rotate the arms. Take one more inhale. Exhale, release. Let's gaze up to the hands. Walk or step up there. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press through your feet, reach your arms up. And exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. As we step back into plank, see if you can step the opposite foot back first. Okay, nice strong plank here. Take an inhale in. Exhale, chest back to the thighs, downward dog. With your next inhale, roll onto the balls of the feet and the tips of the toes and wave back into your high plank. Keep pressing the mat away. Exhale, chest back, downward dog. 2 more like this. Inhale, ripple through, high plank, strong here. Exhale, send it back. Inhale, come back into your high plank. Then lower your knees, tops of the feet. Keep your tailbone lifted. Bend at your elbows, lead with your heart. Come down onto your belly. This time, let's walk the hands off the edge of the mat. So you're rising up onto the fingertips. Press the tops of the feet into the mat, kneecaps lift. With an inhale, roll your chest up, shoulders drawn back. And exhale, release. See if you can feel that same activation that we did in the cactus arms in our chair pose. Let's take 2 more here. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, soften. Make sure you're not dumping into your lower back. Last one. And exhale. Bring the hands back to under the shoulders. Tuck the toes. Inhale, press back up into your supported plank. Then let's lift one knee at a time and arrive back into your high plank. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze your inner thighs, strong here into your high plank. Soften your jaw, take 1 more strong inhale. Exhale, chest back, downward dog. Let's wag your imaginary tail here, rocking your hips from side to side. We'll take 1 more cycle like that. Gaze up to the hands. Walk or step your feet up there. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, release. Inhale, press through your feet, reach your arms up, and exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, let's hinge and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Plant the hands, step back into your high plank. Knees lower. Tops of the feet on the mat, tailbone lifts. Don't let the pelvis drop before the chest. Bend at your elbows, lower with an exhale. Hands under the shoulders, press through the tops of the feet. Inhale, lift your chest up, cobra, shoulders back. Exhale, lower. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, come up onto your hands and your knees. Bring the big toes together, knees go wide. Slide your hips back to your heels for your child's pose. Adding on any support or adjustment that you needed at the beginning of practice, if that still feels like it's necessary, but also recognizing any difference in the hips and in the shoulders here. Take 2 more breaths. With your next inhale, rise yourself back up onto your hands and your knees. Come to sit down onto your heels and transition however works for you onto your back. Let's keep the soles of your feet resting onto the mat here to begin with. Take your arms down by your sides, palms face into the mat. Knees stacked above the ankles and feet are about hip distance apart. With your next inhale, press through your feet. Lift your hips up high, squeeze your glutes. And exhale, release, roll down. 2 more like that. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. Last one. From here, tuck your knees in towards you. Wrap your arms or hands around knees or shins. Give yourself a hug and a squeeze, maybe some rocks from side to side. Always feel free to bring the hands to the backs of the thighs if that's something that's more accessible as well. And take a few more of these gentle hip circles, hip rotations. Last one. Let the feet come back down onto the mat. Extend your legs out. Take your arms down by your sides. Palms face up. Feel the body start to melt into the support of the floor or the mat beneath you. Returning back into your breath. Eyes closed. Start to notice the breath slowing down into a more natural rhythmic state. And if you feel like the mind is pulling you off in directions to continue on with your day, allow yourself the next couple moments to just be here in the present moment, absorbing the benefits of your short but stimulating practice this morning. And as you rest here, repeat these words in your mind's eye. I honor myself. I honor my space. I honor my feelings. I honor my love. I honor my body, my beautiful home. Feel free to rest here as long as you need to. When you are ready to move, make sure and do so slowly and mindfully. I wish you a